Alright, so I'm very curious if this ends up being a good way to make videos. You may notice the title of the video we're watching is No Sound. But this is one of 3 videos I recorded when I couldn't make noise but wanted to record my games and figured I could put commentary over them afterwards. This means I'm going to hop around the video more, skip ahead because we don't have downtime while we're waiting for a move. I'm just going to talk as much as I feel like and then move on to the next position. So it is possible this will be a better video. It is also possible it won't have the feeling of real time. I'm sure I will give away results way earlier than they would be given away. There's lots of reasons to potentially not like this format. And let me know if you do or don't. I would like to know because it could be a format I do more of, and it could be a format I don't do again. So this was for a clan league. This was match day 6 on the Twin Moon rule set between Avalanche and Twin Moons. This has come out well enough after that I feel I can spoil the overall result of the match, but I probably shouldn't even do that. The rule set was levels 5 through 9. Must use 1 card per level. All cards must have the same element, and that element cannot be the absence of one. So let's see me scroll for hands. One downside to this video is I'm a lazy butt, so I recorded it a while ago and have not, may not remember entirely what I was thinking. Alright, so I go for 439A as my level 9. That's interesting because we saw A944 as a level 9. I think I had a hand in mind. Yes, I believe this is a hand Sir Smokes had put in the AVL chat. But it might be a hand Piggy had put, but I think it was one Smokes had put, that he had suggested this fire-based hand, these 2 corners. I remember I had thought maybe I should swap out a level 5 on his hand, but I believe I do not end up doing so. The scrolling is entirely me being confused because I hadn't seen a card I expected to see, because I must have scrolled past it and just not recognized it. But I assume I'm looking for the 7458. Yeah, there we go. Feels like we have 3 corners covered. Will we cover a 4th corner? I remember the storyline of the game, but not the specific moves or cards. I kind of remember the moves. I don't remember the cards. So I'm not sure what we're about to see here entirely. So exciting for me as well. 4775 feels like the card. And there weren't that many options on level 5. One thought I had after the game was because there were fewer cards I liked on level 5 of the available elemental options, maybe the element should be chosen based on you finding a level 5 you liked, rather than based on you finding a level 9 you liked. I'm not sure that's true. For instance, if you wanted to run Poison, the reason to do so is you can run Doom Train at level 9, and that's, I think, the only option at level 9. So you'd be doing that because you could build a hand around Doom Train, and presuming you think that is a powerful card. So I considered, I think, the 6556 as an alternate fire choice here, but in the end went with whatever card Smokes had said. I now forget what that was. 6735. All right. So we can skip ahead to the game starting. All right, here we go. So I'm going to pause the video, and we'll take a sec to look. I'm on second turn here. So I thought, there's a good chance my opponent starts with Zerace in 1. That's definitely what I was thinking was the most likely move. And I can't set up in 5 against it. So, oops. At this point, I was kind of thinking I wished I had taken the 6556 so it would cover it instead of the 6735. So I was cursing Smokes here. But aside that, if he holds on to the 7727, I'm never going to flip it because I get comboed back hard. So it's sort of just, he has that card, but he has given up a lot of power in his hand. And that is how I would have tried to play it. I would have also noted you just gave up a lot of downright power. And so I think my plan was to play something in 9. Then I'm not seeing a natural way to do so. So I'm not sure what my plan was there. I think, in general, I should not be all that scared there. I probably have a bunch of ways to play it that are reasonable. But you can see like little annoyances for me. Like, say I played 9826 there. His 6674 covers that pretty well. 7458, his 4647 has annoying play against it. So like, say I went with 6735, right? Saying you have given up directional power in this direction, and now I will create a little obstacle for you. Your only capture from 6 is 6674. But 6674 is a decent capture, and I do not have 439A and 3 to recapture because they still have that covered with 7727. And similarly, if they take an 8 with either card, they have a 7 to the left, but I don't have play against it, and my 9826 recapturing in 7, if they go in 8, is not safe because the 10 down would help 6674. So I think what I was starting to realize was the hand was lining up pretty uncomfortably in a bunch of different ways, where just, if you start checking lines and the opponent has combos at the end of each line, they're probably winning the hand matchup. Now, this isn't what happened at all. He ended up playing a very different move, but I think a smart one, which was instead of going in 1, he just said, I'm going to keep that card and all its resultant power, and I'm going to go in 9. And here, I thought I found a really good reply. I thought he has limited power facing down right. It's basically limited to the 2-1 AA. So if I attack this, I can force that card out of his hand. Now, if I took it from 4, I thought that was okay. But I didn't have, if I go 4 and I force 8, I wanted to have safety in 3. And I don't have safety in 3 at the end there. But I do. I have 9826 in 3 at the end there. So maybe I should have just done it in 6. I ended up doing it with 9826 in 2, with the point that if I draw 2-1 AA out of his hand, I have safety in 7 if I want it. But I don't have safety in 7, because my 7-up is not safe. So I'm not sure why I preferred 8 over 6. I think attacking the starter was a reasonable instinct because it forces a very powerful card out of his hand, and the rest of his hand, 9338, is just not going to play well in a downright game. He's going to have to make the last move of the game. If I can play against that card successfully, if that card never has something useful to do, then I'm going to tie or win the game. And I think forcing a good card out of his hand, forcing him to have a card left that is very weak for the resulting game. I really thought this made sense as a strategy, and looking back at it, I still kind of think it does. So I go in 8 at some point. I guess I think a bit. And I also checked, does he have a big setup in 4? Because I know I've seen games of Wavey's where he has conceded a captured starter to set up a big reply in 4, but he didn't have anything like that. So I thought I was forcing the card out of his hand in 6, and then I could follow up in either 3 or 7, depending on which, and feel pretty good about my position. And that's what I remember. So he does recapture. And now I have the choice, do I want to go in 3 or in 7? I don't have big setups in 2 or in 4 or anything like that. There might be decent moves there, but I wasn't really considering it. 439A and 3, obviously he has the plus wall. But it's not even clear that's so bad for me, right? If he plus walls 6674 in 2, and I play, say, 7458 and 5, I flip 2, and I flip 6. I'm up 6-4. My cards in 5 and 8 are safe to his hand. And it seemed like that kind of position could be really promising for me, right? So, I can play 3. Then I thought, okay, could you do it with 7458 and 3? That gives them the plus wall with 4647. But then I can play 439A and 5. And again, I have the cards in 258, I have the central line, but all of them are safe to his hand, and I have the card in 6, so I'm up 6-4 with every card on board being safe for me. And that, of course, seemed quite appealing. And then I started noticing problems. And I'm not immediately seeing them now. I also have the option to play in 7, starting there. For instance, if I play 7, 4, 5, 8, and 7, they can capture with 6, 6, 7, 4, but maybe then I go in 3 with 4, 3, 9A, and now that's safe. You know, I think there's some options there. Though that actually line looks pretty bad for me. I think they just go 5, and I think I'm probably lost there. But I started to see promise in going in 3. And specifically going in 3 in ways that could be captured from 2. Also, 6, 7, 3, 5, and 7 I definitely considered here. With the point that if they capture with 6, 6, 7, 4, I have a plus in 5 with 7, 4, 5, 8. So I thought if I go 7, like 6, 7, 3, 5, I thought they could go in 3. I thought they could play 9, 3, 3, 8, and 3, and that would get the worst card out of their hand, and I didn't think I had any winning chances there. So I was really focused on 3 rather than 7, because I thought 7 tied, but I thought 3 gave him chances to screw up. And then something happened. I don't remember what the move was. I do it with 4, 7, 7, 5. Now, why did I do it with 4, 7, 7, 5? I think I realized that he's not going to take back, right? The lines where he goes in 2, I think I go in 5, and I think those lines are really good for me. Not necessarily winning, but that I have good play if he goes in 2, and if he puts the wrong card in 2, I may well be winning. But 4, 7, 7, 5 has the plus walls on 8s to the left as well. I'm not sure why I chose this card, but almost immediately after I chose it, I realized it didn't work. And I think the worst feeling in a triple triad game is when you make a move, immediately realize that's a losing move, and then have to sit there and wait for them to play the win against you. And it's just a rough feeling. And Wavey's such a good player, like, so you're just sitting there feeling miserable. Now, I don't remember looking at it now what the win is for him, but I do remember it was in 5, and specifically that the 6, 6, 7, 4 is going to eat my hand after, just to completely demolish me. So I think it's 9, 3, 3, 8, which is a somewhat scary move to play in 5, because my 6, 7, 3, 5 has pluses in both 2 and in 4. But let's calculate out a line. So if he goes 9, 3, 3, 8 in 5, and I go 6, 7, 3, 5 in 2, I think the problem is he hits me with Does he hit me with 4, 6, 4, 7, and 7? That doesn't seem to work. But you can see that that is one line that starts to hint at how bad this position might be for me. Because if he goes 5 and I go 2, and he goes 4, 6, 4, 7, and 7, he still has the plus wall threat in 4, and either card I put in 4 myself, I get comboed. Now there I can probably survive with 7, 4, 5, 8 because I don't get comboed as hard. But there's trouble. He can also immediately take the combo in 5 there. Now I'm having trouble seeing it. So maybe it's not 9, 3, 3, 8, and 5. Maybe it's 4, 6, 4, 7, and 5. That looks weaker because it doesn't set up the same combo play. 4, 6, 4, 7, and 5. But I cannot meet it with 4, 3, 9A and 2. Or I just get, comboed so hard, right? Yeah, I cannot meet it with that in 2. I cannot meet it with 7, 4, 5, 8 in 2, or again I get comboed really hard. If I play 6, 7, 3, 5 in 2, it's 5, 5, and they can play... Huh. What's the line there? If they go 9, 3, 3, 8, and 7, I think I tie with 4, 3, 9, A, and 1. I'm having trouble seeing things now. And, like, there's that weird thing when you're looking at a game you played where you're trying to cover your own analysis. Like, you're trying to remember what you thought rather than, like, fully turning on your brain to how it actually works. So you're trying to think, what did I think then? And how did it work? So I was sure I was lost here. And Wavey played, after, you know, many minutes of me feeling terrible, 9, 3, 3, 8, and 5. And I think that was the wrong card. So I think the correct card was 4, 6, 4, 7, and 5. So we looked at 4, 3, 9, A in 2 loses. 7, 4, 5, 8 and 2 loses. If I go in 7 against 4, 6, 4, 7, any card there, the score will be 5, 5. I will have lost all left power. And I think they can just play 9, 3, 3, 8 in 2, and 6, 6, 7, 4 sweeps my hand. I cannot get away without being captured at the end. So I think the only move that like might tie is 6, 7, 3, 5, and 2 after 4, 6, 4, 7, and 5. And then it's going to be, it's 5, 5. And it's his move. And I thought it was 9, 3, 3, 8, and 7, but 4, 3, 9, A, and 1 does look like a tie. Ah! It's just 6, 6, 7, 4, and 1, just capturing and going up 6, 4. I can't capture anything back. Yeah, that's just over. Okay, simple. Just look at the captures, easy moves. So that move completely busted me, and I spent many minutes just feeling miserably sorry for myself. Then this was played, and I think I had seen the tie here, but this is not trivial to tie either. For instance, like the main moves are going to be in 2 or 7, right? If I play 4, 3, 9, A, and 2, he just... If I play 4, 3, 9, A, and 2, I still have a threat in 4. So it's not trivial. It's a big threat in 4. I mean, that does look like a tie, doesn't it? Say they block, he blocks 4 with 4, 6, 4, 7. 4, 3, 9, A, and 2 looks like a tie. So, okay, there might be a couple ties here. 7, 4, 5, 8, and 2. That also might tie. 6, 7, 3, 5 doesn't because it flips a whole bunch of things, but he, I think, flips back in 4 immediately. And maybe that's a tie too. Maybe everything ties after this move. I've given up thinking. I end up doing it the fancy way, as I remember. I play in 1, which I thought was cute. Can we see my last card? I've forgotten what it is. The brain's going. Yeah. So my other card is 6, 7, 3, 5. And the point here, if we get the cards back in his hand... why wasn't I scrolling down? I wonder if there's a shot after I play the card where we can see his remaining card. Anyways, it's 4, 6, 4, 7, and my other card is 6, 7, 3, 5. The point is, if he goes in 2, I play 6, 7, 3, 5, and 4, and I win. If he goes in 4, I play 6, 7, 3, 5, and 2, and I win, because I have the combo. But he correctly says, I'm going to keep my 6, 6, 7, 4 for 2 or 4, and get rid of my other card in 7. He does not fall for my tricks. And now I can't flip 5 or I get comboed back real hard. So I play in 4 and he plays in 2. And yeah. At some point it happened. Anyways, we get a tie. It's I think a good game, but obviously I don't like being lost, and I felt pretty miserable about it. And yeah, it was a rough game. And I really thought my position early on, after the moves in 9, 8, and 6, should be really favorable for me. And I just couldn't find anything that applied that much pressure in 7. I think I'm a little better if I go in 7, but he has lots of paths to a tie. And then I picked the wrong card for 3. And obviously the other choices were better. We saw that like 4-3-9-A there, even walking into the combo wasn't so bad, I don't think. So really picked the bottom of the barrel move there, and was very lucky to survive against a really good player that played almost a good enough move to get the win there. So tough game, but do let me know if this kind of video format is okay. There's going to be 2 more videos very soon with the same me talking over format. Now, obviously, it would be better if I, recorded this soon after having played the game, but you can't have everything. And this game haunted me for a bit. That 6-6-7-4 just played so well. And I did think, when I made my move in 3, I thought 9-3-3-8 and 5 was the best reply, setting up 6-6-7-4 everywhere. So the move he ended up making, I initially thought was the main reply, but as soon as I played my move, I saw 4-6-4-7 there, which I had checked against something else I had looked at in 3, but not against 4-7-7-5. I had checked some other move, decided this isn't winning, the 9-3-3-8 line is good, I'll try it this way. This looks trickier against 9-3-3-8 because it sets up my 6-7-3-5 to have combos everywhere. Then he found it anyway, 9-3-3-8 there, so it's not like it tricked him out of it, but it could have tricked him into playing the better move. So, just a really rough game for me. Not my finest hour, and I think Wavey played well. So, yeah, that's my last video from Clan League for this go-round. I had an inauspicious first half. I played 4 games. I had 4 ties. But hopefully come the second half of Clan League, I perform a little better for the team.